Iron Man felt the need for this message to have so much redundancy that it's being delivered to Hulk via hologram and at least 6 monitors on this ship. Also, I'm guessing this story is the basis for what happens at the end of Age of Ultron and the beginning of Thor Ragnarok. Only the reasons why Hulk is on the ship are different, creating parallel Marvel universes. And all I'm saying is, damn, I didn't realize all the time travel in Endgame had effects in the real world. And why are my fists made of vampire bats right now?
When you're overcome by rage, you are a force of destruction.
Which is exactly why you're in the Avengers, but enjoy your exile. Also, that's always been the case, right? So why'd they wait so goddamn long to do this? The Incredible Hulk made his first appearance in 1962, and the Planet Hulk storyline started around 2006. I don't know how long that is in comic book years, but way too long to let a nuclear bomb roam the Earth.
The madder you get, the stronger you get, and there is no limit to your rage.
Damn, Tony, you got a little talky during this explainer video, didn't you? How many times do you have to say, Hulk, your anger is a liability on this thing?
Oh, most divine creator, deliver to us our savior, the Sarkasson.
What are the chances this guy is praying for the Sarkasson right as Hulk is about to land on the planet, which he was never supposed to land on? I'm going with less than 5%, but I'm also an asshole that likes to point out how convenient things are convenient, so... F***ing Lionsgate is producing this? After Endgame, all I heard about was how impressive it was that Marvel was able to create this entire film universe over 11 years and blah blah blah. Considering pre-2008 Marvel was selling off bits and pieces to anyone who was willing so they could avoid bankruptcy, it's more impressive there were enough breadcrumbs left for the MCU to exist. Iron Man could have just as easily been the asbestos lady.
The talkbots have reached your brain by now, Beast.
Talkbots? They couldn't come up with something better than talkbots?
You won't regain your full strength for a while. An unfortunate effect of passing through the portal.
Really? Because the Hulk picked up a large portion of the ground and bashed in a bunch of aliens with it right after he passed through the portal.
Those chains are shadow forged. They're unbreakable.
Oh! Why do most of the prisoners have the control device thing lodged in their chest, but some don't?
And now, allow me to introduce their opponents. Red hot and ready to rumble!
I get that I'm hearing English because this is what Hulk is hearing, but you're telling me that the aliens have an equivalent term to ready to rumble? Because I'm calling bull. And not because they couldn't have figured out that phrase, but because Michael Buffer would have found out and never let that happen. Also, does this arena seriously have a liquid magma basement under the playing field? Props to the mind control gadget wizards who created a device that could withstand like 2,000 degree heat. I feel sorry for the poor bastards who paid good money for a field level seat, who have to battle with a for no reason awning propped up to obstruct their view. Why isn't this in the back like it is on the other levels? Also, why is the second level of this arena free of sections, while the bottom and top level have brick wall partitions? Also, the people in this arena look very randomly placed, way too tightly pressed together in some places and way too much room in others. It's what an arena looks like when you're not sure if 21 Pilots is coming out for the second encore to play Heavy Dirty Soul because you're sure they missed it and the lights haven't come back on yet, but they threw their guitar picks into the crowd and half the arena left because Trees is such a wonderful send-off, and goddamn it, 21 Pilots, how could you do that to us? I feel like the fight promoters organized a fight in bad faith when they decided to give the heroes swords to fight men made of rocks. While they aren't scissors, I'm gonna go ahead and put swords in the family that get defeated by rocks. Sword in the stone. This movie runs for an interminable 40 seconds while Lavin dies, and none of the Cronins try to attack while everybody else stupidly stares in disbelief.
Hurry! Faster! The Red King will see us!
How has he not already seen you? Not like you assholes did anything in a stealthy manner. You've been at this gate for the entire fight, and Hulk is a big green motherfucker.
The Cabaranthus Mazarus, more commonly known as the Great Devil Corker!
So it corks devils? The name sounds more like 3 words strung together that sound dangerous, but make zero sense. Also, I think the effect of hot liquid magma has officially worn off when squid-like creatures can survive its deadly heat. Also, why does everything come out of this lava swamp? You're telling me that the other Cronins were just chilling down there with this thing? Can't discriminate error.
I'll have Primus throw an extra bone in your cage tonight.
And they can regale you with the ballad version of Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
The choice is yours, monster.
Did Tony Stark send the schematics for a Hulkbuster suit to the Red King? Because it looks like Tony Stark sent the schematics for a Hulkbuster suit to the Red King.
Hulk slash!
I bet the fanboys were all over that one. I can't wait until Hulk starts robbing banks and yells, Hulk stash! Or goes to a wedding and says, Hulk stash! That will kill when it happens.
Your Emperor grants this gladiator his life so that he may continue fighting for your entertainment!
It's official. This arena pipes in artificial crowd noise to make it seem like there's more excitement than there really is.
He bled you, sire. Is it wise to let him live?
Who said anything about letting him live?
You did, like 2 seconds ago.
He died trying to unite us.
And the King's men just gave him back to the gladiators to let them bury him. Where the did they get this burial rep from?
My name is Heroim the Shamed. and you shall know the truth of who I am.
Not to mention the truth of my mighty fist. Also, are we going to get exposition and flashbacks on all these fuckers? Because this movie is only 81 minutes, and if 70 of those aren't Hulk-led gladiator battles, then what are we even doing here?
Meek is meek, and it all begins in lava time when...
Meek, not yet.
My name is Korg of Krona.
Meek? You. Korg? Yeah, tell us your backstory. Who's gonna tell a rock to shut up? Not Vin Diesel, that's for sure.
We Kronans are the plunderers of worlds.
We can usually get the job done with 3 guys and a tiny-ass ship. It's fucking amazing.
We saw our first native and tried to capture it for study.
The native is Thor, but for some reason he's nowhere to be found before this dome falls on him. Also, the f*** is Thor wandering around Fangorn Forest at this time of day anyway? Also, the movie shoehorns Thor in for no good reason other than, hey, look, Thor! I'm pretty sure after 25 minutes of this, I've discovered the biggest difference between the animated Marvel films and the live-action films is that in the animated films, there's a lot more straight-up murder.
The 2 natives smashed our warbot like it was glass.
Between this and the talkbots, I'm starting to think the writers, when given the task of coming up with a name for something, just shrugged and decided to tack bot at the end of it.
We could not outrun the beast, and only escaped by flying into a wormhole.
Also known as the Star Trek solution.
And that was the last time I saw my brothers.
Movie expects me to feel bad for the guy who said his people were plunderers of worlds.
Meek's time?
Almost. My name is LOA.
Why exactly would they not just let Meek go after Hero him? I get that Meek's annoying, but I'm not sure why LOA keeps shushing him. F***ing LOA. Also, if Hulk's going to take a nap during these character introductions, that means I can too, right? Thanks.
Ah, Wilderbots!
Seriously, this bot thing is getting out of hand, so how about you take this middle finger bot I'm currently displaying and stick it up your ass, bot, movie? Also, after Hulk beat that f***ing giant squid thing, they thought a bunch of robot scorpions would be a tougher challenge.
Incredible.
Is it? This is a surprise to you? These things weren't even close to winning. I know Hulk spent most of his time in the last battle trying to escape and wasn't helping them and the fight was much harder, but these things were relatively easy to kill, even without Hulk's domination. Hero is swallowed by a giant thing and the hero destroys the giant thing from within cliché.
I was 13 years old when the spikes descended on our world.
Remember the Towley episode of South Park where the kids just wanted to get their video game system back and play video games, but every time they were about to get it back, somebody started telling a long backstory that prevented them from getting it? I feel like those kids right now. Why are the spikes only now going through the roof of this house? That was raining outside. Are we sure we don't want to go ahead and call these things spike zombies? Daryl, this is 2010. Zombies will never be viable as entertainment, especially not this year. Besides, I'm thinking of calling them spike bots. Man, she didn't have to think twice about killing her father. I totally get it, but that felt like she had been thinking about killing him for her whole life and finally got her shot.
Prophets say Sir Carson will look into eyes of death and stand ground. To natives, Eggbreaker is death.
Vague prophecies turn into archaic interpretations and are ultimately meaningless. Why does there have to be a prophecy to tell this story? Are the prophecies in these movies just a way of giving people optimism?
Mickey! Who the man? Mickey! Yeah! You debunk me! Flex your thorax!
So many things to unpack. Meek has a fan base? E.T. is a cultural reference on this planet? There are redneck versions of these aliens? Meek has a fan base?
Beta Ray Bill!
So here's a question. Why does someone like Beta Ray Bill fight for the Red King, while the other fighters are all put together on the same team? Is Beta Ray Bill fighting for his freedom too? Because it seems kind of unfair that he has to wait 2 battles before anyone fights him, and there's no guarantee that the others will win the other fights. If he's simply the Red King's end boss, why didn't he make Hulk one of those guys? I know there's a prophecy about Hulk being this planet's Neo, but with the Talkbot thing, the Red King doesn't even need to let Hulk fight for his freedom. I just want to know the rules! Also, the final competitor ends up being a former competitor of one of the protagonists whom he conveniently told a story about earlier cliché. It's also known as the Digstown scenario. Alright kids, this is exactly what you've been waiting for. Hulk versus Thor, sort of.
This is impossible.
What, that Hulk's beating ass again? That's impossible? I know this guy's delusional and all, but how much Hulk do you have to witness before you realize that he's kind of very strong at As we all sure as know, if a Marvel villain known as Dickhead McLittleDick threw 3 swords at BRB, then Be Right Back would swat those things out of the air easily. But because Hulk has to win, one of them gets through. These people have been watching countless brutal murders over the last few days, but this Beta Bill beatdown is where everyone draws the line? Damn, this is the darkest episode of BoJack Horseman ever.
You've won. It's over. You don't need to kill him.
He needs to Ex Machina our situation in a few minutes.
You saw it, folks! The greatest upset in Coliseum history!
I mean, I guess, but it was 4 against 1. When you see this, it makes you wonder how they captured Beta Ray Bill in the first place. Gotta ask, though, how does BoJack Thorman tell, nature to blow up all the mind control thingies? This power is more specific than the time Batman used Bat Carousel Reversal Spray in The Simpsons.
Hulk, we are no longer anchored to this world. I can take you home.
That's pretty generous, considering he just pounded Beta Bill's face in, and that's why he currently looks like the end of Rocky IV.
Do not fight! Run!
Yeah, why exactly are these assholes fighting each other again? They were broken free of the chest control device thing, and instead of just running out of the tunnel fake Thor made for them, they just started punching each other for no reason.
The governor is a supporter of the resistance. We'll be safe there.
If you told me this was simply a discarded Star Wars prequel script that they stuck Hulk into, I would 100% believe you.
Come on, Meek. We have to go.
I might even let you tell us your story now, but probably not. Weird. I didn't see anything in this room that suggested there were vases to rage smash around here. I feel like now that they've won all 3 gladiator competitions and everyone has told their tales, I should be sleeping right now as well. But this movie still has 30 minutes left, so here we are.
You need saving? It is you who needs saving.
Okay, so Meek gets a message from his buddies here so that he can spy on the governor, selling out the good guys to the Red King. But something about the timing of all this is off, conveniently allowing Meek to save the day. The governor left everybody 40 seconds ago in movie time, but had to have been way longer than that in the real world, because the next time we see them, everyone is asleep before Meek gets signaled by the slaves. So the governor must not have been in too much of a hurry to tell the Red King about finding them, which allowed Meek to get this message just in time to figure this out.
And your orders for the others?
Kill them.
Also convenient, the Red King and the governor didn't already have a plan in place just in case the gladiators showed up, negating the need for this hologram.
Not be hurting Meek's hide.
Sure, Meek, let's just pull a Thanos and do it yourself. I can't think of any reason why telling your friends about this first isn't a better idea, other than if you get killed, no one will be able to tell them about it. Oh, wait, there's one. Hulk will heal after getting nuclear punched, and Kyera can survive getting punched and thrown into this giant rock. And once again, we have indestructible comic book characters punching each other into oblivion with no way of winning. There's been more green blood spilled in this movie than Star Trek V. Star Trek V. If this is how you do the Johnny Baby lift at the end of Dirty Dancing, you clearly watched the movie wrong. I know I shouldn't laugh at those people falling to their deaths, but goddammit, it's so funny. Yeah, I know Hulk's punches don't matter, but the movie clearly cheated like a dirty motherfucker when it left this fight. Hulk landed a blow so hard that the screen flashed white, and it basically sent her into some half-ass hyperspace. Now she's doing somersaults like nothing ever happened.
Mommy, please stop!
The saving of this girl will require a flashback to Kyera's childhood. Good to know what her motivations are. I would have been lost if it wasn't for this. And, oh yeah, the story she told Hulk earlier, which already covered this.
The spikes have returned!
I know, I sent them.
Look, I know the Red King is arrogant and displays all the qualities of every rando bad guy who ruins their entire plan because they can't shut up. But there is no reason for him to tell her this other than to prove how much of a dick he could be and how he can get away with it. When stupidity is a villain's main weakness, it's very unsatisfying. So the spikes affected Hulk enough to turn him into a spiky Hulk? Spulk? But not enough to prevent him from killing spikes instead of his friends? I feel like if you're going to get Hulk infected, it should mean more to the story, but it clearly doesn't.
Don't look so glum, Lieutenant. This is a great day for all of Sakaar.
The Red King is in his Hulkbuster, even though he believes the Hulk is dead. You know, at times like these, it might be good to have one of those guns that shoot the mind-controlling talk bots we saw earlier. I guess those don't exist anymore? Sure, this attack should subdue the army for a little bit, but the worst that's happening is they're just falling to the ground, right? Like, this should be just a minor inconvenience, not a permanent f***aroo.
All death send guards to my position, now!
Damn, dude, took you long enough. I don't know why they aren't here right now anyway, but good thinking, I guess.
It's not me you have to fear. It's your legacy.
So, making him stronger and more of a monster than he already was made more sense than killing him immediately?
Spike infestation detected.
Cool. They're gonna kill the Red King, who they think is just a spike. But they still had orders to go to his location, which was in the other room when he called for them, right? Won't they still be looking for enemies to kill? Are they programmed to just stop everything when they can't find their leader?
Hulk, those from your old world did not understand you. They did not know you.
Great, skip! Hulk block. Also, I didn't know Hulk could get into romantic relationships. That would give a whole new meaning to Hulk smash, am I right?
He came from a place called Earth.
Out of nowhere, end of movie narration. Also, hey, it's like the end of the Chronicles of Riddick, but somehow shittier.
But here, that power was used to strike down evil.
But that power was used on Earth as well, right? He was a f***ing Avenger.
Oh, that's not right.
Meek not a fighter. Meek a hider. Psyche can work that old black magic on me anytime she wants. And how about Maggie? Girls like that are pretty hard to dig up.
Because I was there.
I was there when the hit the fan at Grenada. I saw it all go down at Grenada.
only you'd listen to me. Now my king demands your head.
Funny, because now I'm going after his.
You thought this was gonna be a street fight? You're goddamn right it is.
What about your friends? They're in that village too!
Erin doesn't have a friend.
The bog of eternal stench!
Hulk! Get back over here!
Get over here!
Korg, we can't defeat them. Only you can.
Hey, take it easy, man.
You made me bleed my own blood.
Well, I'm a mushroom cloud laying motherfucker.